Hello, and welcome back to our channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit that subscribe button for more enlightening Bible topics. Today, we're diving deep into an intriguing topic, the First Horseman of the Apocalypse. This figure is introduced in Revelation chapter 6 verse 2, and there's been much debate on who or what this entity represents. Is he a symbol of conquest? Or could he be the Antichrist himself? Before we dive into our main discussion, let's first take a moment to talk about the book from which our topic today comes from, the book of Revelation, also known as the Revelation to John. This is the last book of the New Testament and is a prophetic work that details the end times and the second coming of Jesus Christ. The book of Revelation holds an extraordinary place within Christian theology. It is not just an account of the future but a book filled with rich symbols and imagery that speak to the ultimate victory of God over evil. It provides Christians with the assurance that no matter the trials and tribulations they may face in the world, God's sovereignty remains. It's a beacon of hope that reaffirms the belief that good will ultimately prevail. This book also has considerable significance for Christians today as it offers an understanding of God's grand plan. It's a reminder that all the struggles of the present are transient, and that God is actively guiding the world towards a glorious culmination. Now, one of the most vivid and debated portions of this prophetic book is the sequence of the four horsemen of the apocalypse, starting with the first horseman that we are about to explore. The first horseman is described as follows. I looked, and there before me was a white horse. Its rider held a bow, and he was given a crown, and he rode out as a conqueror bent on conquest. This horseman rides a white horse, and white in biblical symbolism often stands for purity and righteousness. This fact has led some scholars to propose that the rider might represent the spreading of the gospel or Christ himself. However, we must note that this horseman carries a bow, a weapon, suggesting warfare and conflict. Others suggest that this horseman's white color serves as a deception. This notion has led to the theory that the first horseman could symbolize the Antichrist, an entity that's described in other parts of the New Testament as a false Christ who will deceive many. The bow held by the rider doesn't have any arrows mentioned. Some scholars take this as a sign of peaceful conquest, perhaps through charisma or deception, traits often associated with the Antichrist. Further cementing this idea, the horseman is given a crown. In the original Greek, the word for crown here is stephanos, a victor's crown. This detail might suggest that the rider will have a sort of victory, perhaps in winning followers through deceit. The description concludes with the rider going forth as a conqueror, bent on conquest. This phrase hints at the determined and purposeful nature of this entity's mission, aligning with the destructive role the Antichrist is prophesied to play in the end times. In the grand scheme of Revelation, the appearance of the first horseman signals the beginning of the end times. It could very well be that this rider represents the rise of the Antichrist and the period of false peace that's to come before the subsequent chaos. Remember, this interpretation isn't the only one, and many scholars have different views. What's most important is to understand the broader picture painted by Revelation, a warning of tribulation, a promise of divine justice, and the ultimate victory of Christ. Before we wrap up, it's essential to remember not to fear these revelations. As 2 Timothy chapter 1 verse 7 tells us, "For God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." Now, I'm eager to hear your thoughts. What do you believe the first horseman represents? Leave a comment below and let's start a conversation. That's all for today. Remember to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you don't miss our next exploration into the mysteries of the Bible. As always, may your day be blessed.